Mr. Speaker, we want to urge our county governments to be accountable, because I think Kenyans now have confidence in devolution. But if we continue to see reports, Mr. Speaker, by the Controller of Budget, reports by Auditor General, reports by the Senate committees of misappropriation of funds, of mismanagement, I think gradually Kenyans will start losing confidence. And that simply, it will be a question of how we simply devolved corruption from Nairobi to the counties. This is what is going to come. And that is what will kill devolution, Mr. Speaker. This House, members of this House have been fighting for an increase in allocation of revenue to the county governments, Mr. Speaker. Members of this House have been fighting for the increase in allocation. And I want to urge the members, next week, as the Division of Revenue Bill comes, I am sure that commitment will still be there, that the Senate will want to see more. However, Mr. Speaker, we have to be very clear, and we need to send a message to the county governors. They do not have to let us down. That we send more money to the county governments, and what we get in return is concerns, Mr. Speaker. In fact, the level of agitation in the counties, we have seen demonstrations nowadays. People have gone beyond petitions. This House is handling so many petitions from county governments regarding management of public resources. Mr. Speaker, the courts are full of a number of petitions. Mr. Speaker, if you look at county assemblies, so we have reached a situation where the county governors in particular, and I have to say this, the county governors in particular, Mr. Speaker, have become averse to any level of criticisms, Mr. Speaker, or engagement in the management of the county resources, Mr. Speaker. If county executives raise issues, county assemblies raise issues, they go to court. If the Senate raises issues, they go to court. This court has been inundated by court orders, and the committee chair has mentioned earlier. We have orders on summons, we have orders on oversight, we have orders on legislation, we have orders. If we cannot, and I don't blame the courts, I want to blame the county governments. Because we must be ready for probity, we must exercise, we must be ready to accept, to be audited, to be held to account, Mr. Speaker. That is the thing. If you don't want to be held to account, they have gone to courts to block county assemblies from even impeaching CECs, county executive, Mr. Speaker. CECs. You cannot even summon a CEC to a small committee in the county assembly. Now, how do we then hold the county government to account? How do we then justify the pumping of billions of shillings to the county governments? And I think it's therefore important that this House, in particular, Mr. Speaker, we must rise to occasion and demand, and now I was coming to that word, now, it is now arrived, and demand that the county governors are accountable, Mr. Speaker. And we must not shy away, as we did last year, Mr. Speaker. We must not shy away, as we did last year, from exercising our mandate in full, including impeachment, Mr. Speaker. If 3-4 governors had gone home by now, the situation would be different in this country. I'm telling you. Today, Mr. Speaker, what is happening in counties is a shame. It's gone beyond looting. You can't even describe it. You don't need rocket science. Everybody, the public are telling you, you just listen to what the public is saying. Yes, it's gone to levels that it didn't happen in Nairobi. Because what happened is we ended up with counties, gave them money and absolute freedom. No recourse to Nairobi. And so it really is a pity. And I think, Mr. Speaker, we want to, particularly from the Speaker, we want this House to exercise its mandate in full and not to shy away under any circumstance, so that people can, have confidence. Let them go to court, and let the court say, let the court say we have declined. That's up to the courts. But I think we must not give up because of the rulings of the court. I think we must continue to exercise our mandate in that regard. And